Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, the Ruff, otherwise known as King-Bey. Hey, coming to you live and direct on the road, as usual, balling out of control. Well, not out of control, but in control. And just a couple things I want to talk to you about today. Follow up. I just wanted to let you guys know that there's going to be another book coming, the Credit Crisis Survival Kit 2.0. And the Credit Crisis Survival Kit that I published. Sorry about my GPS. I'm trying to find something. So, in any case, the Credit Crisis Survival Kit book that I published in 2010 was a phenomenal book. Helped a lot of people. Didn't sell as well as I would have liked it to, and quite frankly, it didn't because I didn't market it properly. You know, it's that old saying: if a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, it may as well not make a sound if there's nobody there. And in my particular case, I had this phenomenal book that helped a lot of people, a lot of people, but I didn't market it that well, and therefore it didn't sell in the millions, unfortunately, but it helped a lot of people. But the Credit Crisis Survival Kit 2.0 is going to be out in about 45 days, and this one, you got to get it. You got to get it. It's going to be off the chain, and it's also got some additional information. It's got some really in-depth information about business credit as well as identity theft. The other thing is, the Credit Crisis Survival Kit, you know, I consider it a self-published success, but I'm coming behind that with another book called the Identity Theft Survival Kit. Many people out there today are victims of identity theft. There are a lot of people who have had their identity stolen via credit cards, you know, at a restaurant, or via somebody rummaging through their mail, or somebody in their household who just snatched their stuff and just went with it, you know. But however it happened, the bottom line is it's fraud, it's dolus, I should say. And I've come out with an entire book. In the Credit Crisis Survival Kit, the first version, I had a chapter on it. This time I've dedicated a whole book because identity theft is the #1 consumer complaint with the FBI, the DEA, the FBI, the Justice Department, Secret Service. They all have identity theft on their radar as being the #1 consumer complaint. So to answer that clarion call, you have the Identity Theft Survival Kit that's coming at you. That'll be out in about 45 days as well. So it's going to be 2 books coming out at the same time. Trust me, it's going to be more than people can handle. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick, I wanted to put a challenge out there because I see a lot of talking heads on the internet, seen a lot of people over the years at different events. I've seen a lot of speakers on TV, people talking about they're experts in finance and credit, and they're doing things that I did 20 years ago that, you know, are no longer even relevant. And I want to call some of these people out. The Susie Ormans of the world, the Dave Ramseys of the world, this guy Kevin Trudeau who claims he knows this and that about finances and credit. I want to call them out because the one thing that I'll say about myself, I learned about finances and credit through pain. You know, I went into an in-depth study of the law because of a situation I was in where they merged my father's credit file with my credit file, and I had almost $300,000 on my name at the age of 19. Horrific situation that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But out of it, I turned those lemons into lemonade. And I use that as a tool to motivate myself and inspire myself to become knowledgeable on this subject of credit and finance. And learned about the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, Public Law 91-508, subsection C. And now we have the Telephone Consumer Protection Act. How many of you know that it is against the law for someone to call you and harass you and threaten you over the phone? Well, isn't that what collection agencies do every daggone day? Did you know you could turn around and sue them and win money judgments? We're going to be talking about that in the Credit Crisis Survival Kit 2.0. We want to begin to help you guys take more of an offensive stance. A lot of times, I got to pay the toll. A lot of times in credit and finance, people take a defensive stance. But it's just like in any other sport. If you only play defense and you never play offense, you won't score. And thus, therefore, you won't win. We want to win. We want to not only score, we want to win. Give me a second here. I got to pay this toll. Unfortunately, I'm on the Garden State Parkway pushing toward a very, very relevant appointment with a powerful gentleman that I was fortunate to meet. And hold on one second. How you doing? Can I get a receipt, please? Oh, obviously I haven't been out here in a while, huh?
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thanks a lot. Okay. Bye-bye. Yeah, in any case, so this way you know that this interview isn't staged. I'm on the road, making it to my destination. And along the lines of calling out these charlatans who claim to be experts who really are not, I'd like to give props to a man I ran across on the internet recently, who is probably the only person that I have met that I will say has the breadth and depth of knowledge that I have, and even beyond what I have. Because I've been studying this thing since I was 19. Almost 30 years. And I mean going in on it, studying hard, like my life depended on it, because the quality of my life did. This guy, Corey P. Smith, let me tell you something. I tip my hat to you, bruh. I say all grace and power and blessings be upon you. This cat is heavy. I mean, deep in the game. And I would definitely say that he knows as much as I know about the credit bureaus and the credit law as I do, and even some aspects that I don't even know. He knows, because nobody knows it all. But see, it's that old saying, if you will dedicate yourself to learning one thing for a period of 3 to 5 years, you will become one of the top 10% of experts in the world. Well, what happens if you dedicate yourself for 10 or 20 years, as I had? You become in the top 100th percentile. Corey P. Smith, he's definitely in the top 100th percentile. And I want to give him props because, watching his videos and going in and studying and really listening to what he says. See, I listen close. See, some people listen, but they don't hear. I listen close, and I hear the message beneath the message. Sometimes I listen to people and I hear a lot of flaws and I hear a lot of noise, and I don't hear any depth beneath it. And if I really went in depth questioning of those individuals, they would fall like a house of cards. But this cat, I could tell, even though he knows, he has an in-depth knowledge of his credit game, still very humble, down to earth. I want to give him props. On my way to meet with him right now. Hit him up, just happened to be in New York. I said, yo, I'm in Jersey. He said, I said, let's make it happen for real. So I want to give him props. Definitely give him props. I like for he and I to tag team and beat up on some of these charlatans, some of these people on TV that are pushing finances and mortgage, and they're pushing stocks and bonds, and they don't own any. They're selling mortgages, and they don't live in a house. They live in an apartment in New York. Man, if you're not living it, get the hell out of my face with that. All right? Because I know what it is to go from rich, to go from broke to rich, to broke to rich, to broke back to rich again. And the only way you can do that is with knowledge. Having the knowledge of how to negotiate the law and how to use it on your behalf, so that no matter how many times they throw you under the bus, you're still going to rise, and you're going to come through that smelling like a rose, a brand new crisp $100 bill. I want to give props out to all of those people who are out here struggling, trying to make it, who are dealing with bad credit situations, and as a result, they're taking a hit on the chin. I want to tell you, hang in there. I just want to say to you that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Don't get frustrated. Don't get down. Don't be in despair. Know that there's people out there looking out for you, that care about you, that are providing information for you that could take your life to a whole nother level. Just hang on. Hang on, baby. Hang on. And I want to say, if you're at the end of your rope, tie a knot in that rope and hang the hell on, baby. Hang on for dear life. Because when you get through what it is you get through, you're going to be a better person. You're going to have a better level of appreciation for your finances and your credit. And you're going to be very, very, very meticulous and not let it get screwed up again. And so even though the situation might be bad, it's going to be a situation where it gets turned around for your good. So it might be a little painful now, but consider it like this. You're in the financial gym of life. What happens when you go to the gym and you haven't been in a while? A couple years. Your body is, muscles have atrophied, your body is sore. That first time you go back to the gym, oh, you're gonna be hurting, man, and you're gonna be like, man, this is bullshit, man. I'm not going back here, man. Man, I could be watching the game. We could be going out to eat, girl. Why we look? Hang in there, and you know it gets better. It gets better. You get more in shape, and then the more you do it, the better you feel, and then you want to do it more and more and more. Well, dealing with your finances and your credit is no different. You're in the financial gym of life. And it's painful. Some of the exercises you have to go through, paying high interest, paying for things all cash, or dealing with buy here, pay here, where you're paying 49 or 59, 69% interest. It's painful. It's painful. But if you think that's painful, try staying there and having to pay that, for years and years and years. It might be painful to make it through that transition to come out of that, but it'll definitely be worth it, because you'll get to a point where you'll live a life of financial ease, and you'll be able to have your finances and your credit in order, and then it'll open up a whole new world to you. Nobody will say no to you. Everybody will say yes, and they'll say 0% interest. And sometimes they'll say, hey, just come on in, no problem, free, just because your credit is like that. So in any case, I want to put out that challenge to the Dave Ramseys of the world, the people who consider themselves specialists at credit, finance, and because it's like Muhammad Ali always used to say about George Foreman. He said, yeah, George is strong, he's big and he's strong. He said, but I've never heard him answer the bell for round 4, round 7, round 10. In other words, he's saying his endurance hasn't been tested. And see, what will happen to you is, as you go through this process, you'll become hardened, like you're going through this fire, and your character will then take on the character of tempered steel. There won't be a lot of shit that moves you. There won't be a lot of people that can upset you. There won't be a lot of situations that get you off your square or knock you off your game, because you'll have been there, done that, got the t-shirt, the bumper sticker, and all of that stuff, the coffee mug, and all that stuff to go with it. And stuff that upsets other people, it'll begin not to faze you. People will say, oh, he's arrogant guy. So what? Let them talk. If you ain't been down the road that I've walked, then you can't understand the person that I am. I don't expect people to understand and see the vision that the Creator has for my life and understand some of my ways of thinking, because they haven't been homeless. They haven't slept in abandoned buildings and slept in cars and woke up with policemen pointing guns in their face, talking about, what are you doing, when all you're trying to do is get some sleep. They don't know what it is to ride around with the gaslight on the car for days and days and days. They don't know what it is to decide whether or not you're going to pay your mom's bills or you're going to let your apartment go. Or, not pay your mom's bills or let your apartment go so you can pay her bills. They don't know about those things. So I don't expect them to, when I see people upset about who I am and what I have, I always say this. Nobody was upset when I was waking up on a Saturday morning sleeping in my truck next to the Potomac River in the wintertime. Nobody was upset when I was sleeping in a 64 Cadillac in Capitol Heights, Maryland, behind an abandoned building in a snowdrift. I didn't see anybody upset about that now. But then, so shut the hell up about my life right now. All right? In any case, I ain't trying to beat y'all up. I just want to let you know that there's more information coming. Now, just real quick about online. There's a lot of cats doing things online, and that's good, and it's convenient, and there's some cats having some success, extracting, deleting, and removing items from, individuals' clients' credit reports through the whole online process, credit check total, and all these types of things. That's all good, but I want you to know that there is a caveat and a danger with doing credit disputes online, because when you click that little box where you agree to their terms and conditions, you agree to the fact that whatever disposition they come up with after they investigate your case, you agree to go along with it, and in some cases, you're agreeing not to argue that thing for the next 6 months to a year. So if you dispute it one time, and they say, we investigated it and it shall remain as stands, then you may lose the ability to dispute that for the next 12 months. And if you're in a window where you got to get your credit in line to buy this house 3 months from now, you're basically screwed. So keep that in mind. The online process is great. Technology is great. But there are times when you got to go old school on them. You just got to get down in the dirt and fight. It's a street fight sometimes. It's just a straight up and down street fight. So just know that. The other thing I want you to know is this. I'm not a genius. I might be close, but I'm not there yet. And some of the higher levels of knowledge that I gained and I gleaned, it was just from basic study. Turning the TV off, not going out to eat, not partying, just dedicating myself to learn. Study. It's like the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said. Study. And when you think you've learned, study some more. When you think you know all there is, study even more. And as a result of my study, I became very knowledgeable. I became somewhat of an expert, but you can too. If you're willing to put in the time, the blood, sweat, and tears, the knowledge, the reading, then you can gain the same level of insight and revelation that I had. And in some cases, maybe even more. But I just want you to know it's possible. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, the FBI, the Secret Service, the Justice Department, and the Attorney General's office, they're all aware that there are millions of pieces of inaccurate data on consumers' credit files and credit reports. But if you never argue to have it removed, they're not just going to willfully remove it off. They don't have the time. So you got to press them and hold their feet to the fire and show them the laws that they're in violation of. And let them know that you're willing to sue if necessary, and you're willing to file a complaint, and you're willing to do whatever's necessary to clear your name, because one of the most wonderful, magnificent, powerful things you have is your name. It's your name. When you're born with a clean slate. And with your name, if you manage it properly, man, you could own stuff you dreamed about. I mean, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I didn't know anybody in the DC area. I never dreamed I would end up with these businesses and a little record label and a house with a swimming pool and, but my knowledge brought that to me. It wasn't no flim-flam. It was my knowledge. Knowing how to write contracts, real estate contracts, things of that nature. So when you study, you become a beast, man. You become a force to be reckoned with. I encourage you all to read. Leaders are readers. With videos and everything, videos are great. At a certain point in time, you got to turn the video off and you got to get your head in the book, man. And you got to grind. And you got to implant that information in your head and in your heart. And then learn to facilitate it. Learn to know how to actually apply it All right? Because if you don't have practical application, faith without works is dead. I mean, excuse me, anything dead really ought to be buried. So in any case, before I sign off, I just want to let you know, Credit Crisis Survival Kit 2.0 coming, Identity Theft Survival Kit 2.0 coming. We're going to be doing more videos. We're in the process of purchasing a place right now in South Jersey. We're going to be having more live seminars, more live seminars. We're going to be bringing in powerful speakers. We got a whole nother series of seminars set up for the Latino community. Like, that's going to be off the hook because we got people coming in the country with squeaky clean credit files. They don't know what to do with it. We're going to show them how to set themselves up to really take their lives and their family lives to a whole nother level. Hey, as I always say, if you always do what you always done and you always have what you have right now, the only way to change your results is, in fact, to change your actions. If you're standing around, going to that job you hate every day, hanging out with those friends you can't stand, working for that boss that you despise, and you're not doing anything about it, nothing is going to change. The world's not going to change for you. But you can make a change, and then the world around you will change correspondingly. So I just want to say grace and peace to you. Love you guys. Like Tupac said, keep your head up. Keep studying. Keep reading. Look out for books. Oh, that guy Corey P. Smith, he's got a book out called The Conspiracy of Credit. You need to get that, player and playettes. You need to get that. I'm telling you, I am not a hater. When I see somebody else doing good, I'm like, yo, by all means, support them. Give them your love. Give them your time and your energy. I wouldn't refer you to somebody who's on some bushwhack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone nonsense. This guy's the truth. He's one of the few people that I met that really know what time it is, and then some. So support him. Look for my book. Keep your head up for more videos. God bless you. Grace and peace to you. Love you. Ruff Rev, America's Credit and Finance Drill Sergeant, signing off. Peace. See you next time.